Hey yo, what is up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video and another first ride. This time we're gonna take out the fabled Honda X-ADV 750, the ADV scooter that's not actually a scooter, because we do not have a CVT transmission. We have a dual clutch transmission, a 6-speed dual clutch transmission with a chain drive. The engine is somewhere around here. The fuel tank is here. We do have a bit of underseat storage like a scooter, but it's pretty small, decently sized, I would say. We have a normal exhaust. This is a stock scooter. It does come with, let's see, wheel sizes. I have the specs here. Wheel sizes is 17 up front, 15 on the back. We have a bit of a ground clearance. Radially spoked wheels for tubeless tires. We have a decent suspension. Let's see how much suspension travel it says it has. Where is it? So ground clearance is about 16 centimeters, 162 millimeters, and it doesn't say how much suspension travel it has. We do have 41 millimeter front forks and a single monoshock on the back. Yeah, it's an interesting proposition. In terms of power, you have a 750cc parallel twin with 54 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 68 newton meters of torque at 4,700 RPM. And this is the fabled X-ADV. We do have full LED lighting, a bit of a cubby hole here. I don't know how to open it, probably not gonna check now. Keyless entry, a TFT dashboard with riding modes and everything. And the most important thing, why I say this isn't a scooter, we have a 6-speed dual clutch transmission. So this is a normal motorcycle transmission. When you start it, it's in neutral. We have to put it in drive. Listen, it engaged first gear. We do have a plus and a minus here to change gears. We have our mode selector right here. Let's set into standard mode and let's set off. We do have a toggle here to switch between automatic and manual for the gearbox, but we're gonna leave it in automatic for the start. The first part of the ride, we are gonna go ride it basically on a highway style ride. It's already in fourth gear. Come on, shift up. No, 5th gear. Yeah, so basically it's a normal 6-speed motorcycle transmission. The only difference is it changes by itself. We do have like a scooter. We have the rear brake here and the front brake here. We do have a single disc up front and a single disc on the back. We're gonna try out the brakes, but I think they're gonna be just fine. Riding position, we have a lot of leg room and a very nice wide handlebar. I don't know if you can stand on it. You can ride it standing, but it's very cumbersome. It's a weird, you're too far forward. You're basically on top of the handlebars. It doesn't have any rear pegs, and I can't see the passenger pegs, but I don't think you're gonna ride it standing. But if you put your feet forward, it's nice. It's real nice, it's comfortable, it's everything. We're gonna see how good the wind protection is and how good the power is, because now we're gonna go for the imitation of the high-speed run. And it shifted to first. In terms of height, it is a bit tall. It's like a tall maxi scooter, but it's not cumbersome. The weight is real low. I mean, the engine is right here between my legs. I do feel a bit of heat here. That's interesting. I do feel a bit of heat. Basically, if anyone is curious, this is basically a Honda NC750X dressed up as a scooter. Currently doing 90 kilometers an hour in 6th gear. We're turning 3,000 RPM. I'm feeling a bit of vibration, but I think that's from the tires and not from the engine. It kicked down again to 4th gear. It does have a bit of pickup. It's not impressive. I think the kickdown should have been a little bit better, but we're gonna try it in sport mode. That was in standard mode. So it wasn't slow, but it also didn't impress me with how fast it is. But then again, it's a 50 horsepower motorcycle, so it's not gonna set your pants on fire. But it does feel nice and light. It feels like a nice balance between a motorcycle and the scooter. It does have the ease of use of a scooter, but it does have this wacky transmission. You really have to get used to it when it shifts. Let's see if we can. We tricked it to get a kickdown. Even if it's in automatic mode, you can dab the minus button to get it to kick down sooner. I mean, look, even in automatic mode, we can take it to second gear. But let's put it in sport mode. Now we're on a twisty road. We are in sport mode. Let's keep it in sport. In sport mode, it should hang on to the gears a little bit longer. Yeah, in sport mode, it's a lot better. And dab of brake. It didn't kick down. But there is torque. There is torque. I got the power I was expecting. That's the thing about this. You're supposed to get the power you're expecting. And honestly, at 140, 150 kilometers an hour, wind protection is very decent. I mean, this windscreen is pretty goddamn tall. But I'm doing 140 and I'm really comfortable. Kickdown is a little, it went down a gear when I braked, and it was a little bit violently, let's see, hard on the brakes. Flashers came on, went to second gear, back up to third. Yeah, in sport mode it rides really, it is sporty. I'm led to believe that this gearbox learns your riding style, and this is a test bike, so basically it gets ridden every 15 kilometers. Somebody else takes it for a ride. So it has no idea what the rider is doing, because every 15 kilometers it has a different rider on it. Let's put it back into standard mode. This is your relaxed touring mode. This is where it keeps the revs low, the fuel consumption low. It's currently showing an average fuel consumption of 4.9 liters per 100 kilometer, which is good considering it's a test bike and everybody is absolutely caning the hell out of it. It's actually a very good fuel consumption. Now, in terms of pricing, I know this is about 12 or 13,000 euros, which is a lot for a 750. I don't know if it's any cheaper than that. I'll check for the price, at least here in Romania, and show and put it out on the screen. But as far as memory tells me, it's about 12,000 euros, which is not cheap. But then again, it does feel comfortable. It does feel comfortable and it does feel capable, and we are gonna take it on a bit of a dirt road, even though we're not supposed to. I'm sorry, it's an X-ADV. Honda, you can get pissed off at me. I want to see how this thing handles a dirt road, not extreme off-roading, just a dirt road. I don't know if there's anything to turn off the ABS. We're gonna see. We're gonna stop a little bit and try to turn off the ABS, because I do have here, so we have traction control, we have drive, we have EB, which I don't know what it is, P, which I don't know what it is. So we have an EB and the P, which I don't know what it is, but they're currently at 2 out of 3 bars, so they're not fully on. Functions, automatic lights. Oh, it does have automatic lights, okay. What else can we show? We have trip fuel consumption, average fuel consumption, trip A, and total. Yeah, it's a pretty dash. I don't want to lie, anything. It's a really pretty dash. And now we're gonna hang a right, put it back into sport mode, and so sport mode dumps down the traction control a little bit from what I see. We still have full ABS. We have P. I think P is the performance mode for the engine, so it's in its most extreme performance map. The engine sounds nice. It sounds meaty. It growls at you. Especially in sport mode. I don't know if it has an active exhaust or it changes the timing or anything, but it does sound meaty. At high RPM it sounds muscular, it sounds meaty. And through the bends here it's very flickable. It's amazing how flickable it is. It does take some time to get used to the transmission. You kind of have, sometimes I don't have an idea when is it gonna shift. Like here we're in third gear, is it gonna downshift? I'm in the corner, I'm throttling out. No, it didn't downshift. I think it has a lean angle sensors. Now it went down to second. Take the corner, out of the corner, on the throttle. It's still in second gear, third gear, hard on the brakes, downshifted to second. So yeah, it kind of figures out what you want to do. If you're braking hard, it means that a tight corner is coming up and it gives you a downshift. If you're not braking hard, it means that it's a light corner, so it's better to just keep it in third gear, in whatever gear you are. Now we're down to first gear and powering out. Yep, it is muscular. You do have some getting used to get properly used to the transmission, but it does figure it out. I'm actually surprised at how well it's figuring out the gears. I'm not doing any kind of input. You can put it in manual mode, and now it's basically on me to change gears, and I have plus here, minus here, and I can, let's see how quickly it goes. 5, 4, 3, 2. It's okay. Put it back in automatic mode. So we're back in automatic, and now we're gonna try it. Let's see if nobody sees us. Take it out of sport mode, and we're gonna put it in gravel mode. Okay, so now traction control should be in gravel mode. ABS, we only have 1 bar of ABS, which might mean that I do not have rear ABS, but let's see. Now this is where people say the ADV absolutely shines, because it's easy as a scooter through the city and can be very easy off-road. Well, we'll see about that. I did ride the ADV 350 up here, and it was perfectly capable, and this one also is perfectly capable. I mean, it is trundling. It's trundling up, but I'm feeling, I don't know, I have a weird sensation from the front end. It's okay. Nah, let me figure it out. It might be the tires, might be the weirdo tires. I don't know what tires are on it. We're gonna have to stop and check. But the ADV 350 felt a little bit more stable up here. This one, it feels like the front wheel is wandering a little bit. It does feel like the front wheel is wandering a little bit. And see, now I'm looking for a place to put my feet underneath me so I can raise myself up. Even the ADV 350 had some better room to put my feet underneath me to get myself a little bit standing, get some weight off my tailbone. This one doesn't. I would have liked it a little bit, I don't know, something so I can prop my feet up. I can a little bit. No, it's not a good standing position. Come on, up the hill, up the hill, up the hill. Come on, little Honda. It's second gear, all right. Up the hill, up the hill. It is wandering. It is pulling me to the side. The front end is, I think it might be the tire. It does feel like it's the tire. I don't think it's the suspension or the geometry of the bike, of the frame, but it is wandering a little bit. Okay. Let's see, we do have some Bridgestone tires. I don't know what they are. Let's see. Bridgestone Battle Axe Adventure Tourer. This front end, I don't like how it's feeling on this dirt road. Honestly, I do not like how the front end feels on this dirt road, and I don't think it's the bike. Let's get a picture for old time's sake. I do not think it's the bike. I think it's this Bridgestone tire. So probably change it. What else? Look, this is where you have the radiator. We have full array of LED lights. The engine is right down there. It's an interesting proposition. Oh yeah, we do have a side stand and a center stand. Let's see, drive. And now let's see how it handles downhill. Whoops, slipping a little bit on the grass. Let's see how the bloody thing handles downhill. Do we have rear ABS? Let's see. Yes, we do. We do have rear ABS. Front ABS? Yes, we do have front ABS. So we got a full array of ABS. It's good to note going downhill. That's the thing about something with a scooter dynamic. You have both your brakes up here. You can manage the brakes, get a firm grip on the handlebar and manage the brakes, and you have both your feet free to catch the bike if it slides. Hopefully not a heavy bike, but I really like the way both brakes on the handlebar and an automatic transmission work on a two-wheel vehicle off-road. I think you have better handling than on a regular motorcycle. Well, you have to keep your right foot on the peg to keep the front brake, the rear brake active. Otherwise, it's perfectly capable. It's holding first gear, and it's giving me engine brake. I'm just adding a dab of rear brake, and it's so easy to manage down this hill. It's grassy, dirt road. Should be a bit slippery. I'm not a big fan of the tires. They vibrate a little bit on the road, and here the front end kind of wanders a little bit. I don't know what the tire pressure is, but I do not have a tire warning on the dash. I do expect this thing has a tire pressure monitoring system. It should have. And you know what? Let's stop for a little bit here. Let's go through the functions. So we have rider modes? No. Function? No? I have no idea how to use the dash. I think if we set it to user-defined modes. No, still nothing. No, I don't know. I tried. Let's take it back to gravel. Let's leave it do its thing. Back in gravel mode, going easily down the hill. Yeah, it's easy. If you want some light off-roading and some light touring and you're used to scooters, yes, this is an interesting proposition. What I don't like is the chain drive. I do not like having a chain. Basically, this is a motorcycle and you do have to clean your chain, to lube your chain, to maintain your chain. It's fine for me now. This is a press bike. So I'm just testing it and then taking it back. I don't have to do the maintenance. But if it's your personal bike, you kind of have to do the maintenance. And having to do the maintenance by yourself and always having to lube up and take care of your chain, I don't know. If you want something like this, I don't feel that it's more capable than the ADV 350. Yes, it does have a bit of a bit more power and a bit more punch, but in terms of off-road prowess, I don't think that it's more capable than the ADV 350. Actually, for me, being used to a CVT transmission, I think I prefer the CVT transmission of the ADV 350. But this is a very nice and capable middle ground. Yes, it's not perfect. It feels compromised both as a motorcycle and as a scooter, but then again, I have no idea what suggestion I could have for Honda to improve it. Let's put it back in sport mode. I really have no idea what I could tell Honda to improve it, to make it better both on road and on gravel, because it does feel like one of the easiest things to off-road. But then again, it also feels compromised. Maybe that's the thing. It's the fact that they try to do so many things with it. It feels compromised, but then again, it also feels good. It's a weird one, this one. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I really like it. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying myself. And the fact that you can off-road with it and then handle it like on a scooter, We have decent wind protection. My legs are nice and protected from the wind. I am feeling heat from the engine here. Maybe a little bit more insulation here because my feet are right next to this cowl in the middle of the bike where the engine sits, and I do feel heat radiating right here on my thigh. But it's not too much heat, so it's not burning my leg, but I do feel heat, something you don't feel on scooters where usually the fuel tank is right here. But yeah, it's an interesting machine, compromised in a way but really awesome in another way. So if you're interested in it, then I highly recommend going and taking one for a test drive, because it is an experience. It's an interesting experience, especially riding with a DCT transmission. And try it out for yourself. See if you can make up your mind, and let me know down in the comments below if you liked it or if you hated it or if you're somewhere in the middle. But until next time, thank you so very much for watching, for liking the videos, and for enjoying the content and sharing it with your friends. If you want to support the channel, do consider becoming a member. And until the next video, take care out there everyone, and ride safe. Goodbye.